Welcome back, sexy motherfuckers. It's been a long time. Happy to see you guys again. Today we're going to speak about the most important mechanism of the universe, and 99%, I would argue that 99% of people do not know what this mechanism is and how to properly leverage it. So today we're going to speak about that, and I have lovely guests in the background. So if you hear some noises or laughs, it's completely normal. Don't think there's ghosts at my place. Cool, so the most important mechanism of the universe literally determines the difference between winners and losers in every industry. So what makes somebody a winner versus what makes somebody a loser? Loser, right? So most people will tell you, oh, it's about working hard. It's about what's the commonly accepted language, right? The commonly accepted people think, it's like this guy is working hard, right? Working hard. Or another one that is commonly known is like working smart. But I'm going to tell you something. Wrong. It's wrong. It's not that. Because we all know cleaning ladies that are working extremely hard, construction workers that are working extremely hard, yet not making the money that they deserve. We all know people with degrees, people with diplomas, people who are very smart technically with a high IQ, but yet they're still not rich. They're still struggling to make money or to be fulfilled in all aspects. And if you're new in this channel, fuck, it's hot. If you're new in this channel, the goal with this channel is not for you to be unidimensional. The goal is for you to have a winning alignment and multi-dimensional alignment, meaning that you are successful in every single aspect. What's the fucking point of you being a millionaire if you're depressed under the antidepressant, suicidal, or you get disrespected by women, for instance, right? That's not the point. The point is for you to be a multi-dimensional winning individual. So what makes a winner? Well, other people saying, okay, well, if it's not working hard, then maybe it's the environment, right? And maybe it's like, the environment. That's it. And the environment. Or what's another one? Environment. What's another suggestion? Well, genetics. Yeah, but he has the DNA, the winning DNA and stuff like that. That's fine and all. You do have a starting point. You do have some hands dealt with you. But same thing, this is not ultimately what determines if you're going to be successful or if you're going to be a winner, because otherwise Oprah or Barack Obama would not have ever been successful in their lives, right? So yes, it has an impact, but it's not the determining factor. So what then is the real esoteric secrets of winning and losing? Well, this is where we get deep into the real knowledge that we've all been waiting for. Suspense, suspense. Like a movie. The thing is, working hard and working smart is not good enough, especially in the world where we live in AI. Working smart and working hard, you're going to get fucked. So this is not what truly matters. We are going to get a bit deeper into psychobiology, neuroscience, and quantum physics here. You need to remember that you are not matter. What do you mean you're not matter? Calm down. I'm going to tell you. Stop thinking that you're purely matter. Stop thinking that you're just a body, okay? If you look at the subatomic level, that's an eye, for those of you who are criticizing my drawings. If you look at the subatomic level, so basically you have a particle, right, and you have electrons going like this, right? And you look deeper, you see that actually it's all a matter of vibration and frequency, okay? And this is what they've done in quantum physics, the observer effect, the beautiful experiment that was literally designed to demonstrate that your identity and the characteristics of the observers determine if a particle becomes a vibration and how it's going to be impacted. So literally what they did is they saw that when somebody observed this vibration, when somebody observed this vibration, this is when it started to become a particle. It started to become an atom, okay? But when it was left alone, without any observer, without a somebody that observed it, it was just a vibration. It's only the matter when someone started to look at it that it became a particle. So what does that tell you? It means that reality cannot exist without an observer. Reality cannot condense itself into a particle without somebody observing it. Now, why is this important for us? Because at the initial state of the matter, this is what is truth without any observer that is impacting the domain. So the truth is that you're all vibration. Vibration is the main language of the universe. So if you look at a subatomic level without any observer, you have vibration. What does that tell you? Well, it means that you are not matter in the original sense of the matter. You saw that? Jeu de mots. You are not matter. You are actually 99%. Can you guess it? If you're not matter, 99% energy. You are energy. You're mainly comprised of empty space. If you look at the subatomic level, again, between the atoms and between the molecules, there is infinite space. So you're comprised of 99 empty space, which is another form of saying you're comprised of 99% energy. Why is this so important? Well, because it has a direct impact on your results in life. The winner has a winning energy. The loser has a losing energy. And the most important concept to understand is your vibration determines your reality. Now, this is something very common, accepted, right? Vibration, your vibration determines your reality. Why is it so? Because your vibration will then determine the energy that you put out in the field, and because the world is mere energy, it's going to interact with the field and reorganizing the fabric of reality to be able to attract and to align you with a certain reality. Not going to get too deep into parallel universes in this video, but basically I want you to understand that you are not, this is not you. This is not you. What you are really and truly is an energy field. You are a walking energy field with, crazy hot in here in the summer, with an aura and a vibration all around you. Okay? That is sending out vibration around you into the universe. And why is this so important? This is what you actually are. I want you to remember this. This is one of the most important perception that you can have of yourself, because if you perceive yourself as energy, everything is going to make sense. If you perceive yourself as matter, nothing will make sense, and then you will end up being depressed because you will be naturally drawn to the nihilistic point of view of life, or you will be drawn to the materialistic point of view of life. And I've had multi-millionaire, I've had plenty of different types of clients. I've had, very successful corporate people working in corporate. I have had very successful entrepreneurs. I've had students, broke people, I've had multimillionaires as well. And the common theme is that if you don't have the right perception of life and the right spiritual ascension, consciousness elevation, you're going to end up being depressed. One of my most recent clients that became a very good friend of mine, he came to me, he was a multimillionaire shareholder, and he was absolutely miserable under antidepressants. And we kind of like realigned him with the quantum protocol. We realigned him on the 3 planes, mental, spiritual, and physical. And now he's scaling to 10 figures, and he's scaling in every single aspect of his life. So he's now excelling in every single aspect of his life. So this is you. You are energy. Now, why is this important? Right? Why is this important? Because this sends electromagnetic signals into the universe, and it will have a direct impact on your business, on your health, or on your love life, for instance, right? Okay? This is a girl. Hello, right? So, you're constantly sending out vibrations, okay? You're walking energy field. Now, there's, how do you actually send vibration? You have two main electromagnetic fields. Those two main electromagnetic fields, one is your mind, right? One is your mind, and the other is your heart. And the heart is 5,000 times more powerful than the one in the brain. But these are the main responsible for your electromagnetic field, okay? It's extremely important to understand this because how you think and how you feel, then it makes sense how important it is for you to constantly send out the right signals into the universe for you to reflect what you want in reality instead. Because remember that the universe is, most important law that you need to understand is that the universe is a mirror. The universe is a mirror. So it makes sense then that if you're sending out good vibes, you're going to receive back good vibes in forms of money, in forms of better health, in forms of people that are going to be naturally attracted to you. Have you ever wondered, right? Have you ever wondered why, for instance, like you walk into a room and then a certain person just seems to have this aura, seems to have this vibration, right? Is naturally able to attract people, opportunities, better health. That is because they have nurtured and they have aligned in a coherent manner their thought forms, the electromagnetic signal that they have in their brain, and the one in their heart. So now, why did I do this introduction when we want to speak about the most important mechanism of the universe? Because this is not it. It's simply because we now know that you are 99% energy. Every single vibration that you send out, every single day, every single instant, you're sending out a certain type of frequency, a certain type of vibration that is going to have a direct impact on the money that you make, the health that you have, or the partners that you attract. Cool. Why is this important? The moment you understand that who you are determines your vibration, the electromagnetic signals that you're sending out, and therefore the ripple effects you're sending out to the universe, to big U, to universe. Then if everything stems from how you feel and who you are, then it makes sense to really hone down on who you are, meaning on bettering your identity. Make sense? Exactly, exactement. Tu veux me filer à la Perrier, s'il te plaît? J'ai soif. T'aimes mes dessins? C'est magnifique. Merci. I'm not sponsoring anything. Merci. Okay, so makes sense that we need to focus on your identity. Cool. Now that we have that as an introduction and out of the way, we are going to be able to understand the most important mechanism of the universe. I know you guys are sad because you don't see my drawings anymore. Don't worry, I'm going to do more drawings. All right. So, allora. Boom, boom. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? No? All right. So, we know that the universe is a mirror. It reflects back to you your vibration. Your vibration is dependent on who you are and therefore your identity. Cool. Now, the most important mechanism of the universe, kept you waiting long enough, is wow. Maybe it's too big. Fuck. You know what? Holographism. The universe is holographic. What does that mean? You've noticed, for instance, that I'm going to draw a hand. That's a hand. So the veins that you have in the hand, you can find them in a leaf, right? In a tree. You can find the same thing. Why is this important? Is this important to understand? Or another example that I love to use, when you look at an eye, right? And then you have this big thing here. And then here you'll have like kind of like colors and stuff like that. When you look at this is literally the same pattern as a galaxy or a nebula or a black hole, right? So I don't like my drawing skills have limits, so I'm not gonna fucking draw a nebula or a galaxy. But you get the fucking point. Nebula / galaxy. Now, why is this important? Because everything macro can be found in the micro, and everything micro can be refound in the macro. This is what holographism is, or the holographic universe. Is basically that you can find again or find anew common patterns throughout the entire universe. And why the fuck do we care about this? Well, simply because this has a adjacent mechanism that is extremely important as well. This means that everything is linked. Everything is linked in this universe. This is why chance or luck does not exist. Einstein famously said two things. He famously said, God does not play dice with the universe, aka God is not like, maybe it's going to be a 6. No, it doesn't work like that. Everything is intelligently designed and carefully architectured. I was not sure about that phrase. Maybe it's not English. We'll see. That's number one. Number two is coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. That's what Einstein said. And for those of you who are not yet believers following this, this channel and who think you guys are scientists, well, Heisenberg, Nobel Prize in 1932, quantum physics, and Louis Pasteur, who was the founder of microbiology, both kind of like said the same thing. They basically said a bit of science, I think it was Louis Pasteur that said, a bit of science makes you an atheist, a lot of science brings you back to God. And Heisenberg said, the first gulp of the glass of natural science makes you an atheist or makes you a non-believer, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you. Why? Simply because after studying, after 9 years of being deep into personal development, business, neuroscience, psychobiology, neuroimmunology, quantum physics, metaphysics, the esoteric knowledge of the old, the God potential, the study of NDEs, near-death experience, what people who have died and then came back reported back. All of this is linked to those concepts that were discovered by the ancient spirituals of old, in Hermetism, ancient Egypt, and all that stuff. They had technology and they had this intuition, they had the downloads directly from the universe telling them those laws. Either way, holographism, why is it so useful for you in this day and age? And what's the practical application of holographism? Well, everything is linked. Meaning that how you do, and that's where the proverb that you all know stems from. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Do you really think that people just invented that sentence for nothing? Of course not. Yeah. I'm not drunk. I don't drink alcohol, right? But I know I'm aware that it looks a bit drunky. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. This is a 1, by the way. This is not a Y. This is a number. How you do one thing is how you do everything. This literally is a proverb that is a symptom of the mechanism of the universe, which is the most important one, which is holographism. Everything is linked. This is also what they've proven in quantum physics, once again, with something that we called QE, meaning quantum entanglement. Entanglement. Intrication quantique. Okay. Quantum entanglement. So quantum entanglement basically states that everything in this universe is linked because what they saw is that when they change one particle, no matter the distance in the universe, a same linked particle will have the same effect, no matter the distance. So obviously this puzzled scientists for years because it kind of like went against Einstein's theory of relativity. Not going to get too much into depth here, but basically this is what they found, and this goes to show that everything is linked and the universe is holographic. Now, practically, why is it so important for you? Well, how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you treat your body is going to have an impact on your business. Right? So stop being a fat fuck, right? Those people who are rich or who have a lot of money but that are fat, they may tell you, yeah, but at least I have money, right? At least I have money, I've built an empire and stuff like that. But the problem is, I've never met a fat, rich guy who is deeply secure in himself and feels good deeply inside. He still has the inner void because he knows he's not doing the things that he knows he should be doing, aka lose some fucking weight. So, how you treat your health is going to have an impact on the business that you have. Case in point, the moment I became jacked and shredded, was the moment I felt the best. Like jacked and shredded, ripped to shreds, was the moment I felt the best, and was the moment I made the most amount of money in my business. Every single time that my habits got down, that I started to eat some bullshit food or drink alcohol and then gain some fat, what happened? Directly impacted the money that I was making. This is why it's so important, it's so crucial to have your habits, your success habits on points, right? And I know like a lot of, you have this debate online basically where some business gurus say, oh, you shouldn't have a morning routine, and some others say, oh, you should have a morning routine, right? I'm the one telling you like, the morning routine has saved my life. And there's a specific morning routine and a specific metaphysical routine that I give all my clients and all my students. And if they followed it to the T, in a few weeks, they start to attract miracles in their lives. This is how, for instance, you've had one of my clients, he attracted his dream girl. One other attracted like 7.5K in 7 days. Another one attracted 10K. So you have a lot of these things. Obviously, it all depends on the individual. But if you have like a sound blueprint and sound protocol that allows you to align in every dimension of your existence, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical, then you're reducing the probability of it not working, because you're reducing the kind of like the unknown of you not being able to leverage. Obviously, there's more unknown than there is known, and there's more unseen in this world than there is seen. But the main goal here is to make everything sure that we are aligned in every single aspect of our lives. And which is why I love one of my mentor, you know, when he was asked in a conference, okay, what are your plans for next year, for instance? And the guy said, you know, instead of answering financial levels or answering like, oh, I want to be married or anything like that, what he answered was, I plan on not breaking character. What does that mean? It means staying aligned, staying truth to who I am. Again, comes back to your identity. So it's important to understand that if your health is better, you're going to make more money. If your relationships are better, you're going to make more money. Okay? Your relationship will be better, you're gonna make more money. Why? Simply because let's face it, like, was there ever a time where you got into an argument with your girlfriend or your wife, and then you had a great day at the job right after, or at your business? No. It took your whole entire mental space. So obviously it impacted your performance, and therefore it impacted the money that you were making at the end of the day. By default. Cool. Now I'm going to get a bit further because it's cool and all. You're going to ask me, yeah, but how do we actually increase our alignment? It's good and all to be wanting to excel in all aspects, but how do we actually do it? How do you actually align in every single aspect so we make sure that you leverage holographism to the maximum of your potential? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly that. Does that make sense so far? You're following? Est-ce que tu comprends un peu ou pas? Okay. Okay. Ah, tu veux bien nous faire un café, s'il te plaît?
Yes.
Merci. Holographism. So, fuck, I asked her for a coffee, but now I'm thirsty. Hold on. There you go. Cool. So, why is it so important, holographism, and how are you going to be able to leverage it in your life? I'm drinking in this weird way because I don't want to showcase or do some, product placements or anything like that. Because this is not the goal. Cool. So holographism. Let me do a little drawing here. And you let me know, and we're going to test her if she's going to understand. So here is basically how you brush your teeth in the morning will determine the money that you make at the end of the day. I know it sounds far-fetched. Why is that? Simply because if you tell yourself that you're going to brush your teeth in the morning, right, and you don't do it, you're already stacking up losses because you're not following through with your word. What does it tell you? Well, if you're not brushing your teeth in the morning because you said you were going to do it and you forget to do it, or you don't take the time to do it, it's going to downgrade your vibration. Because why? Because something that you need to take notes on and understand is that your subconscious mind takes notes. Okay? Your subconscious mind takes notes of everything you do or everything you say you're going to do. Merci. T'as mis de l'eau dedans? Ok. Il est quelle heure? Oh, okay. I need to move my fucking ass. I have a client call that is coming up. Okay, cool. So, oh yeah. Ça, c'est quoi à ton avis? Ça, c'est quoi? Ouais. Donc, ça veut dire quoi? What does it mean?
Quand t'as une bonne hygiène de vie, ça te rapporte.
Ah, interesting what she said. Her interpretation. I didn't think about it, but it's true. Like, she was like, if you're like healthy and taking care of yourself, naturally you will make more money. And that's true as well. But I was more so like, okay, the fact that you hold your word in the morning and the fact that you're doing the things that you know you should be doing in the morning will naturally end up you making more money. The difference between a sales guy who is making a lot of money and another sales guy that is not making a lot of money will be at the end the aura that they have in their sales call or in this sales presentation. And the aura in of it itself is just another word. Need to not fucking up my coffee. Aura is a synonym for vibration, for gravitas. And now, how do you build aura, vibration, and gravitas? By having self-trust. What does it mean? You need to trust yourself. Because the subconscious mind takes notice of everything you do and everything you don't do, you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it, your subconscious mind is like, he's actually a bitch. He doesn't do what he's planning on doing. What does that tell you? If you're not doing the things, minus, minus, minus. It decreases your self-trust. Unconsciously. It's not even conscious, it's unconscious. So it decreases your self-trust. But if you're doing the things that you know you should be doing, aka brushing your teeth in the morning, and I'm going to give you obviously more practical examples on how you can leverage that. But if you do this, then what's going to happen? It increases your vibration, it increases your self. So the subconscious mind takes notice, and now it increases the self-trust. What does it tell you? If you increase your self-trust, you increase your gravitas, you increase your vibration, you increase your aura. Does that make sense? Okay. So when you feel somebody who is a bit flimsy in what he's speaking of or what he's trying to achieve in life, he's like, yeah, you should definitely buy my product. Do you want to buy his product? No, because he doesn't have any self-trust, not self-confidence, not aura, no vibration, no gravitas, because he's not keeping his word and his subconscious mind is fucking him up. Remember that the subconscious mind is responsible for 95% of how you think, how you feel, what you say, what you do. Pretty big damn part of the pie. So you need to be able to align yourself and have your subconscious mind as your best friend. Most people have the subconscious mind that is constantly fucking them up because they're not following through with what they say they're going to do. So, how? And I see too many of people, by the way, too many entrepreneurs, business owners, even people in my following, they say, yeah, I'm going to do something. For instance, typical example. I have followers coming to say and DMing me and saying like, okay, Jay/Hugo, if you're, depending on which page you're following me, it's either Jay or Hugo. Hugo, like, what's the best piece of advice you can give me when I'm 18, coming out of school, high school, I don't have any money, I want to do this. And I'm telling them literally like a step-by-step blueprint that is customized for them, right? I'm taking time out of my day to give that to them. Oh yeah, cool, I'm gonna do it. I put myself a reminder on my phone, contact at again to see if he actually did it. Coming back 2 weeks later, asking him, okay, so James, have you done the things that you know you should be doing? Oh, Hugo, I didn't have time because I'm a bitch. That's why. But it's true. It's true. That's the reality of the game. And so then he wondered, and he's not even aware of the entire ripple effect that happens behind the scenes, unconsciously, in the unseen world. So he's not doing this. He said like, I'm going to do it. He's not doing it. So what happens? He gets 3 crosses. That decreases his vibration. That decreases his self-trust. Therefore, he doesn't have any gravitas, no vibration, no aura. And therefore, what's the worst thing then that happens? Nobody respects him. Right? Nobody respects him anymore. He doesn't even respect himself enough to do the things that he says he's going to do. I'm getting excited about this subject, but it's true. Fuck. Nobody respects him. And how can somebody respect you if you don't even respect yourself? Take some notes. Yes. And most of people, at all planes of existence, and all levels of financial abundance, it's nearly, I've rarely met a guy that is 100% doing everything he says you're going to do, because you're always going to have, external factors that impact, like the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, that is fucking you up, you're fucking your energy up or anything like that, and sometimes it's impossible to actually hold your words. But the goal is not to be perfect, guys, because if you're trying to be perfect, I wouldn't even shoot this fucking video if I was trying to be perfect. So, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep bettering yourself and to make sure that you have more pluses in the self-trust balance than minuses. Okay? So of course, sometimes it's going to be hard to follow through your word and not keep your promise. But the most important promise that you need to keep yourself is the promises that you make to yourself. This literally will increase the amount of money that you make that day. For instance, how do you increase your gravitas, your aura, everything really? And how can you increase the respect that people have for you? Like literally where you come into a room and people are like, I don't know what's with this guy, but I respect him. Well, you need to increase your self-trust. How do you do that? We're going to challenge you a bit. I'm going to give you 3 drawings, 3 dessins, and you're going to tell me basically what you think those are to increase your self-trust. En gros, tu vas me dire, ces 3 dessins, ça représente ça, 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 ça pour augmenter la confiance en soi. Okay? Number 1. And wait, don't be like, oh, bingo! No, okay, wait. Let me draw, please. Like this is Leonardo da Vinci in real time. Plus. Plus. All right, go. You can do.
Okay. Morning routine ou night routine.
Mm-hmm. This one, morning routine or night routine, okay.
Le deuxième, la source.
Source? Because you see like Christianity, Jesus? No. Okay. But, and then? Vibration. Cool. So nearly that, yeah. Basically that represents the to-do list. The to-do list. So meaning, what does it tell you? If you're creating a to-do list, stop having a to-do list with 35 fucking things on your to-do list because you know you're not going to end up doing all of them. What you need to do is have 3 to 5 commitments per day that you know you're definitely going to check off. The goal is for you to check them all off. Why is that so important? Because those little boxes are literally promises that you make to yourself. I promise myself that today I'm going to do this, and X, Y, Z. And then you need to check them because that tells what? That tells to the subconscious mind, that you are G, that you're cool, you know? Because you're doing the things that you tell you should be doing. And therefore you can trust yourself. So you increase your self-trust. This is not Jesus on the cross or it's not Christianity. And I know it's because it's my drawing, but it's supposed to be a sword. Une épée.
Ah, wow.
Yeah. I know you're impressed. You're impressed. This is, it looks like a cacao fève, une fève de cacao. No, it's a fucking sword, okay? So what is it important? What does it symbolizes or what's the symbolism behind the sword? Honor. Because the to-do list is promises that you make to yourself. Honor is promises you make others. And last but not least, you got that one right. Vibration. Because what is vibration? If to-do list is the promises that you keep yourself, if honor is the promises that you keep others, your vibration is the promises you keep to. Vibration is the promises you keep to the universe. This is for you, yourself. This is for others. This is the universe. Okay? You see how powerful this is, guys. This is literally how you increase self-trust and trust in all your life. Okay? This is the blueprint to leverage holographism. Now I'm going to tell you how literally it's going to impact your life. But this is literally the self-trust. So the promises that you keep yourself. So you increase self-trust. This is honor, the promises that you keep others. So if you're telling somebody like this kid James, if you're telling me you're going to do something, do it. Especially when somebody is giving you a shot or anything like that or to prove yourself. So this is for others. And then the last part of the equation, which is all around us, is the universe. Your vibration is literally the promise that you keep to the universe. So your vibration should always be high. Now it's hard sometimes. I'm not telling you like you should be high vibe all the time. It's really impossible. It's really hard. But the higher your vibration and the more you nurture your vibration via doing a specific exercise, and I'm not going to get into the depth of the science of vibration. I will do a masterclass about exactly scientifically how I break down the science of vibration and the science of attraction, because there's like 4 symptoms that you can look in your life where it tells you that your vibration is increasing and therefore that you're starting to rearrange reality in your desired reality. But by you consciously increasing your vibration and maintaining it high, you're keeping the promises to the universe, because the language of God, the language of the universe is vibration. Thank you. Not easy every day, eh? Cool. Il est pas dégueu, hein? Mexico Virtuo Nespresso. What else? Cool. So yeah, and when you do this, you respect yourself, others respect you, and the universe respects you as well. Ponder upon a question. Most people, they're like, but it's so hard to make money. I'm still not making millions. Da, ra, ra, ra. Blah, blah, blah. Grr, grr, grr. No, just blah, blah, blah. Not grr, grr, grr. So I want you to ponder on that question that I'm going to write in blue or black. It's going to be blue then. So how can the universe trust you with whatever you're trying to achieve, right? So it can be millions, vibrant health, or your dream partner, for instance. How can the universe trust you with millions, vibrant health, or your dream partner? J'avais pas prévu de faire des squats aujourd'hui. If calm down. I'm trying to make it black, just for you. Fuck. How can the universe trust you with millions, vibrant health, or a dream partner if you can't even trust yourself? And the universe is a mirror, remember that. The universe is a fucking mirror. So how can you expect the universe to trust you if you can't even trust yourself? The universe is you. Universe. If you, universe, don't trust yourself, how can the universe trust you? You're the same thing. Remember, by quantum entanglement and the holographism of universe, everything is linked. You are linked to the universe. You're not just like a fucking advanced monkey on a spinning rock. You're not that. You are Ok, j'espère que je me suis pas encore. You are an entire integrated part of the universe. Stop treating yourself like you're separate. Separation is the illusion of this third dimensional realm. Good, bad, light, dark, woman, man, black, white. It's an illusion. In this third dimensional realm, you are linked with everything. And this is why, for instance, example in case, when you're having a bad day, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and you're like, fuck, it's going to be one of those days. Then boom, you stub your toe, then your boss is shouting at you, then you're losing that potential prospect or that potential client. your girlfriend is being a bitch one day or anything like that. So everything is linked. Everything is linked. So, and another example is when you win the morning, when you start the morning in the right way, what's happening? You're building momentum. You're building vibrational momentum because everything is linked. So, the solution to all your problems and how you leverage the holographism of the universe or the holographic universe is building. C'est marrant, on dirait que je suis sous cocaïne, alors que pas du tout. Building vibrational. Calm down. Momentum. Building vibrational momentum. How do we do that? Well, because we know that everything is linked, and how you brush your teeth in the morning or the promises that you put yourself in the morning will naturally compound into the money that you make every single day, aka the results, because it could be the money, it could be the dream partner, it could be the opportunities, it could be whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your life. How do we build vibrational momentum? Well, simple. Win the morning. That's why you can understand both sides of the business gurus saying, oh, you don't need a morning routine, you don't need to make your bed or anything like that, because they're jumping straight into work. And then they're doing straight the work that they know they should be doing. So that works for them. But on the other side, if you're still kind of like looking and needing clarity, or you're building up yourself or building your self-trust, an easy way to do this is having a morning routine. Waking up early, cold shower, making your bed, hydrating, meditating, whatever it is. You put yourself and you know you have a morning routine. Those are the promises that you put yourself the night before, and then you check them when you do them. This is how you're literally stacking up wins. This is what I give all my clients. I'm giving you the sauce here for free. I'm giving all my clients a specific metaphysical routine, morning routine, that allows them to enter a high vibrational state that they can keep on having during the day, building vibrational momentum, therefore building what? Building results throughout the day. And when you win the morning, what happens then? Well, you win the day. When you win the day, enough days, right? You win the week. When you win enough weeks, you guessed it, you win the months. And when you win enough months, then you win the year. So it all starts with winning the morning. Winning the morning. If you're able to win the morning and not break character and treat every single aspect of your life as one, you're going to start to see your life change. The problem is, in this society, we have been taught to compartmentalize our areas of life. Okay, but this is like, this is with my wife and kids, or this is my relationship, this is my business, this is my health. No, everything is linked. The subconscious mind does not make any difference. Everything is linked to this universe. And because the universe is also mental, first law of Hermeticism, everything is linked. Everything is mind, and everything in your mind is linked. Okay? So stop thinking in separate, compartmentalized areas of your life. Start seeing it as a whole. Treat your life as a whole. So 1% increase in your relationship will have a 1% increase, for instance, in your business. 10% increase in health will have a 10% increase in the money you make. I can guarantee you, nobody will become broker or poorer by taking care of their health. 99% of the time, when you take care of your health, you make more money because people respect you more when you're jacked and shredded, quand t'es musclé et tout, and you have like good health. People respect you more. People feel a better vibration because you're healthier, right? Health is also a main area of your vibration. Ikira? I have 3 minutes before my client coaching call. So take care of your health. Take care of your relationship. Treat everything as one. Be excellent in all aspects. This is what this whole YouTube channel is all about. Who gives a fuck if you're a multimillionaire, if your kids and your wife don't respect you, and you're under the antidepressant, and you're like one bad day away from taking your life, which is what a lot of people with financial success have as a challenge. So the goal is to have a protocol, which is the thing that I give all my clients, a quantum protocol, allowing you to quantum jump daily, allowing you to not only one, scale by your bigger vibration, your better identity, scale your business, scale your results in the finance aspect of things, but also in the partner's opportunity. How powerful is it that you have one specific system that allows you to increase your frequency, increase your vibration, increase your alignment in every single aspect of your life, and leverage that mechanism of the universe, allowing you to just focus on one lever, increasing 1% of the result every single day, every single time. Super fucking powerful. Do you have any comments or questions? T'as des questions?
Non, pas de questions. C'est assez clair.
Cool. So holographism, everything is linked. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Understand that you need to keep yourself to you need to keep your word to yourself. And in this pussified generation of men, I see too many that are saying something and that are never following through with it, right? And then you wonder why you're not where you want to be. If you say you're going to do something, start saying it. Self-trust cannot start to happen without self-discipline. Okay? You need to have self-discipline. If you don't have self-discipline, and if you don't follow through your word, if you don't follow through the actions that you know you should be doing, you're not going to have any self-trust. And because the universe is a mirror, the universe is not going to trust you with the millions. So maybe the fact that you're not making millions yet with your business or in your life in general, if that's your goal, maybe it's because you keep lying to your friends or you keep lying to yourself. Yeah, I'm going to go to the gym on Monday, and then you don't end up doing it. And then you wonder why the super interested, hot qualified lead that you had the day before then doesn't show up on the call. Everything is linked. Your aura, your vibration, your gravitas, the amount of respect people give you when you speak is directly determining of your self-trust and the fact that you trust yourself enough to follow through your word. Ouais, je pense que je vais faire normal. Là, c'est pas possible. This is not professional. Boom. Voilà. Ooh, like everybody's like, oh, what is he going to talk about? Let my pictures, leave my pictures alone.